In this makeup tutorial, I think I'm just gonna try to do something quick because I'm going out. I just did a hair tutorial, which is probably one of my first, no it's not, my second ones. I'm gonna be using Earth Daughter's aloe vera gel, and I'm gonna be using the Becca Prime Filter something. Okay, this is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, but it's kind of nice if you just want like a natural glow. Anyway, this is a very sensitive, well, I don't want to say it's sensitive for me, but it's sensitive for other people because they don't take it very well when I tell them that. Like, other people being my family, my friends, my brothers. I'm like the only one. This is the new e.l.f. liner. It's very, very dry. It's a new brow liner. Now, even though it's very, very dry, it's not the most pigmented when you're trying to put it on, so you do have to keep working this over and over and over. That's the only thing about this product here. And it is, I'm just realizing it now that it's not very, it's not the deepest brown. I have to see what color I got. Yeah, because it doesn't say on here. This one is neutral brown. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten this color. So let me move on. So this is something that is kind of, I know people are going to have all kind of thoughts, but it's kind of weird with me saying happy holidays to people, and honestly, I don't like to fake the funk. Now, when I'm going to the store and stuff, and me and my boyfriend talk about this because, you know, him and his family, they've been celebrating Christmas, you know, forever, that sort of thing. And my family has done the same thing, but celebrating it in this, not in the sense of, we don't celebrate in the sense that a lot of people do as far as like going OD with gifts, because we never really had the money for it. And I remember growing up back home meaning Liberia, we never grew up with it being like the main focus. It was always Christmas was about Jesus. It was never always about Santa. It was more like Santa was a story in a book, period, dot, end of story. That's what it was. I have very pronounced it, Zayo. I'm mixing the 728 and the 725 shade. Anyway, and I don't know, I think people are so focused on what you get me, you give me this, you give me that, and oh, I did this for you, you didn't do anything for me, and it's like, it's such all the wrong reasons, like, personally speaking. Like, I guess because that's just how I grew up, and I'm basing it off of that. I can't base it off of anything else. Even down to like getting kids like ridiculously priced stuff, ridiculously priced gifts, for what? Because it's all the season of Jesus and Christmas and giving. I mean, let's just be real. I understand people want to celebrate his life, but you celebrate it through the way you live. That's how you celebrate it. Being an example by living what you so-called profess that you are. And it's not to be hardcore. I know there's going to be some people that's going to take major offense to this. And if you do take offense to this, ask yourself, why am I so offended? Take away your opinions and ask yourself, truly, Lord, why am I so offended by this? And it's funny, the answers that always come up when I ask myself that, because a lot of times it has nothing to do with the person who's giving you the message or who's doing XYZ. It's something deeper. I'm using this. There is coming a time when people will start seeing some things. Either you're going to see it or you're going to keep being blind and keep doing the same thing over as time does what it's here to do. This time thing that we think we have, it's not going to last forever. And the question is, what kind of life are you going to be continually living? The life that you think that you have now that's so cherishable and everything, and the way you live in, and you think that is suitable because you know what, oh, I'm a good person, I live good and I do good for other people, but here it is, you're busy sinning, you're busy doing things sexually that you shouldn't be doing, you're not forgiving the next man because they did you so wrong, you're going to hold grudges like it's going to break them and hurt their lives. Because trust me, people will move on and not think twice about why you are so offended. And the Bible talks about it. It says, you know what, if somebody's offended, go and talk to them before you come bringing me your offering. You know, if you offended your brother or you're angry at your brother, go and talk to them. How many people actually take time to talk to people? What? Because that's how they are, you know that's how they are, and you leave it there? Some of us need to sit down and have some real conversations with the people that are closest to us. Those are the people we're supposed to be reaching out to. It's not just about going out to the world as Christians and saving the rest of the world. It's about saving the spot where you at. The people who are in your current space. So if my space is YouTube, if my space is my family, if my space is my friends, that's who I need to be dedicated to ministering to. But of course, keep in mind, the people who know you best and all your dirt and all your sins, it's hard for them to receive you. But when they see your life changing because of you setting an example, they're all going to wonder how, why, what making you change. That is when people care. But people don't care other than that. They don't. I'm gonna do a pretty simple eye with this. Maybe I should have popped this out first. This is the Rose in the Air palette from Wet n Wild. I just feel like as Christians, like if you're gonna say you're something, do it well. It's like you having a job title at work. You ever worked at a place you and the other people have the same job title, but you know for a fact these other people, man, they probably either lied on their resume or they don't know it, or they just all lazy as get out. There's nothing worse than working with somebody who they supposed to have the same title as you, but they're not doing their part. They're not doing what it says they know how to do. It's the same thing. It's no different than being Christian and you saying you're Christian, but here it is, you living like as the worst example to the rest of the world. You're not doing your part. Spending time, maybe volunteering at the church, volunteering at food shelters, just doing something different. Like you could go around collecting clothes from your friends. They don't have to be the ones actually going and doing stuff, but you can hit up your friends and be like, hey, can you donate clothes? I'm going to be going to a clothes drive, for the homeless. Whatever it is that you're moved to do, even I need to do more stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and tell anybody something that I myself don't need to go sit and do, or I myself am not doing. Because I know it's coming a time when I tell you, being lukewarm, I'm going to be using this color. And lukewarm means you're doing whatever. You're doing the same thing you were doing before you quote unquote became a Christian, but you're doing everything else. You're reading your Bible. You post the best quotes on Instagram and Facebook. You only show the best of what we should be doing, but here it is. You still laying up, slinging on getting drunk, partying every weekend, and you're not even spending enough time in the Word. I mean, it could be whichever one. My thing is this: you get out of life what you put in, and if you think that you doing good is sufficient, but it's also by living righteous. Because some people think, oh, well, God knows what's in my heart. Yeah, He knows what's in your heart, but what are you also doing? Also a follower of Christ, like a follower of God. What are you showing the rest of the world through your example? Even me, like, man, probably part of the reason I sit here losing hair is because I knew I did something that was not right, and it troubled my soul. It troubled my soul really bad. And we all have our thing that we have to, we're going to be held accountable for. Yeah, you know what? Why not? I'll try a little bit of that color. Anyway, these are just the hard choices we have to make. You know what? They're not even hard choices. These are just the choices you have to make in your life. And nobody here hold no gun to your head. You want to do what's right, and you want to live a righteous life, and you supposedly want to follow God, then you have to start with the choices you make in your life. Plain and simple. Just like the choices I'm making in my life when it comes to, whatever I know God is putting in my heart that I need to face. Like, I need to work on my faith. I need to work on how I deal with people. I need to work on not being so snappy if I can, because there are those situations where you've overcome me, like, oh, I'm not snappy on that. I know when somebody does X, Y, Z. But let it be somebody super close to you, you're like, it's easy for you to lose. You're cool. And that's not cool. That's not cool at all. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of winging it. Literally. And I just feel compelled because, I feel like we go year in, year out doing the same thing, dating the same type of guys, being trapped in having sex with them. And here it is. We just keep reliving the same thing. And then when they leave us and something bad happens, they'll be like, oh, they weren't meant for me. God didn't have them for my life. But yeah, you're doing stuff you weren't supposed to be doing. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. Ain't nobody say it wasn't. It's going to be difficult. And then you're not here to convince a guy not to sleep with you, but you need to do things not to set yourself up for it. Plain and simple. And setting yourself up for it is, hey, you want to come over? Nah, you know what that means. You want to have sex? You want to open your legs up? Let's just be real. You want to come over and watch a movie? You know what those things mean. They don't mean you're going to be in a relationship, and it doesn't mean you're living right. And I just feel like if you're going to do X, Y, Z and be an example to the people around you, because they see what you're doing. People in your life see what you're doing. What is what you're doing sending to them to tell them, hey, I should be doing better. I should be following Christ. I should be doing X, Y, Z. What is it you're doing that makes you better? Not even you better, that makes you the better you of you. Because you ain't here to outdo nobody. And I'm just still using the same color, just darkening out the edges. Alright, so let me put a little bit of cream on the inside and of my eye so we can really have these colors stick. But all I want to say is there's a lot of example online or in the Bible on how to live your life right. Shoot, you can Google it if you're in doubt. But there was many times I had to do that, and I still do. The point in reading is to keep yourself in a checked place. You can't check yourself if you're not doing things to remind yourself of why and staying updated. It's kind of like learning whatever for your job. You have to continuously get training for your job so you can be up and up on the best practices and just to a fresh reminder of what you should be doing. Let's just be real. See here, I think I'm gonna go, you know what, I'm gonna go with this shimmer shade. I want it to look fancy, but I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go all out with the color because I'm wearing these not so bright tones. I don't want to have a bright eye or a bold colorful eye. And here it is, I'm wearing navy blue. Anyway, so my whole entire point in this is, if you're calling yourself something, if you're calling yourself a spiritual person or believer in God, that your belief is, and I'm not saying that to doubt you, I'm just saying it in general, but whatever it is that you call yourself doing, remember that the world is watching you. And if you're gonna do something, do it, go all the way out, do it correctly. I don't get people who claim to do something and then you halfway do it like that's acceptable. In what eyes is that acceptable? Would you want anybody halfway doing anything for you in a relationship? And let's just be real. Like, if you were in a relationship with somebody right now and they kept half-stepping when it came to you, spending time with you, doing things with you, what would make you think that you would want to continue to be doing stuff with them? All right, I'm going to take a finer brush because the other one and I'm going to wet it so it can really pop. And I'm wetting it with a water and glycerin spray. All right, now I'm taking that same wet brush and dapping it on that same brown that I've been using in the outer corners. And I'm just doing it just to, I don't know, do something different. I'm saying this is something that we all have to figure out for ourselves. What's important to you? What kind of life you want to live? If you feel like you're being deprived because you're not doing all the stuff you used to do, or you don't want to give none of that stuff up, just know that it will come at a price. It will come at a very, very severe price, one that you don't want to pay, and the one that you don't want to suffer through. And my thing I'm going to say this: take yourself to get your life right and start now. Don't keep putting it off. Don't say, because nobody knows when tomorrow is promised to any of us. Nobody knows how long we'll be here. Nobody knows when we'll leave. And trust me, just get your life in order while you can. All right, and now I'm gonna go to this color right here. And I'm using this still on this wet brush, so it's actually coming out pretty nice. And I'm just trying to add a little pop of color, but I think this navy, this burgundy definitely goes with my outfit a little bit better. I'm gonna use this color. It kind of reminds me of opal a little bit. I was gonna use the one from Becca, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just keep on using this color just for a little something different. I did this on the last look, and I just was like, ooh, I love the way, I don't know, it just looked cool. And I think I'm gonna just try to put just a little bit more color into the crease, just a little bit. I just want people to be conscious and think about what you're doing. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to pass judgment on you. Just a lot of times we do stuff because we don't know better, you know? I can't tell you how many times the stuff that I've done just because I thought it was good. And I do plan on doing more story times of the foolishness I've done in my lifetime. It should be a movie. The foolishness that brought Karen to seek God. That would be the name of the movie. But nonetheless, I don't take it back, because I wouldn't be who I am, and I wouldn't be able to reach the people that I need to be able to reach. So I can't take none of that back. None. Don't wish to, because it's what has flavored and seasoned me and my life and where I'm at to reach a certain group of people, and that's what I'm here to do while doing some makeup. And I'm going to be using Lights Camera Action. Oh, and this pencil was the 24/7 Glide On pencil from Urban Decay, and I got this in my Etsy bag. This thing does stay on, and it does go on. So I did that so my lashes would look full up with a darker base, since I'm not putting on liquid eyeliner. Anyways, my entire point in saying that is, if you come on my channel saying happy holidays, I'm still going to say it to you, because out of respect for what your belief is, I'm not going to sit here and be some kind of way, oh, I did a video, blah, blah, I told you I don't, no, for what? Oh, this is, I'm putting this from Wet n Wild. If y'all know this highlighter, putting a little bit on the inside corner. That's the Mega Glow Highlighting Gold Bar. I'm gonna take a little bit of this butter pecan. I just want to blend this edge just a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it simple. I could do something more, but I don't want to be extra dramatic and bring any more attention to myself than I already am with these eyes. It says 7F02. That's what it has on there. It's a very beautiful lip gloss. I'm gonna zip it up just a little bit more. I'm gonna use this. Yes, I'm going to use this because I'm using it because I bought it, and I'm not using it on my brows. This is the Burt's Bees brow liner, brow pencil is in 1610 brunette. All right, and I went ahead and put some earrings on, and I'm just going to take a little bit. Ooh-wee, this is dark. But anyway, I just put a little bit of that CoverGirl what is it? The CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow. And I got this tip from Dee, so I just want to say thank you so much to Dee. I definitely had to try it out. It's my first time testing it out. Anyway, that is it for this video. If you chose to watch this video, I want to say thank you so much. If you chose to continue watching all the way through, I think people need to be more conscious about the things that they do. Not even just the things that they practice, but the things that they do in general. You make different decisions if you chose to be more conscious about it, how it affects other people, how it affects you in the overall. So, and most importantly, how it affects your relationship with God. So, anywho, that is it for me. Anyway, thanks for watching. All right, talk to y'all soon. Bye.